Back to the daily grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not wearing your clown shoes, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Donald Cowboy Cerrone is being called out by Santiago Pozinibbio, or should I say Santiago Pozinibbio, for a UFC Chile main event. Now this is interesting because I think this would definitely make for a great fight as far as entertainment is concerned, and it sounds like the perfect type of fight for Donald Cerrone. Anyone, anywhere, anytime. We can fight next week, we can fight in Chile, and we can fight if you're one of the, best strikers in the welterweight division, or if you're known for poking people in the eyes in your last couple of fights, John Jones style. I mean, we can do it. So it does sound like a fight Donald Cerrone would be down to take. And I believe this fight would also be making history. Might be the UFC's first event in Chile, I think Santiago Pozinibbio was alluding to. This is what Santiago had to say. I was watching Donald Cerrone's last fight, and it was really impressive. It was a good knockout. He has a lot of knockouts, and I think it would be a fun fight for the fans. Cerrone and I could do the fight that will go down in history, and an event that will already make history in Chile. So, I mean, sounds... to my knowledge, there's never been a UFC event in Chile, so Donald Cerrone headlining versus another top surging welterweight sounds like a plan for Donald Cerrone. Now, I don't know if this fight makes all the sense for Donald Cerrone, and I don't know if he will take this fight, although I would not be surprised if the UFC announces this next week, because Donald Cerrone's that guy. You offer him the contract for UFC Chile. If you offer him a contract for UFC Chile with Santiago Pozinibbio, he's not even going to look at the fine print. He's just signing his name. So Donald Cerrone might take the fight. But Donald Cerrone has been talking about moving back down to lightweight, the 155-pound division. And I don't know if it really makes much sense to even beat... If Donald Cerrone beats Pozinibbio, for sure it makes history at UFC Chile, and it's going to be a fun fight. But if Donald Cerrone beats Santiago Pozinibbio, it doesn't do... I don't think he's going for that welterweight title anytime soon. I don't think that's on his radar. I think Donald Cerrone's, actually planning on moving down to 155 pounds, which he's alluded to. But also, think about this. If he beats Pozinibbio, who's he going to fight next? Jorge Masvidal, Darren Till, he's already fought a lot of the top welterweights. Jorge Masvidal, Darren Till, Robbie Lawler, he already fought all three of those guys. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's up there. So if you do beat Pozinibbio, it would be a great win. But I just thought think we might be seeing Donald Cerrone moving back down to lightweight and maybe going for another title shot down there. And if not, maybe just looking for big fights, you know what I'm saying? So either way, Santiago Pozinibbio versus Donald Cerrone would be a dope fight in UFC Chile. Anytime, anywhere, any place. Sounds like the type of fight for Donald Cerrone. But hey, we'll see what happens, man. He's coming off of that big win. Donald Cerrone is definitely that knockout over Yancy Medeiros in the main event of UFC Austin. And so, he could ride the... I don't know if he's looking to get right back in there. I think Donald Cerrone has talked about reducing his fight frequency. So, I don't know when UFC Chile is off the top of my head, but... maybe if it's in a couple, 3 months, we'll see Donald Cerrone versus Santiago Pozinibbio. And oh yeah, I got to get into the eye poking thing real fast, because that's another thing about Santiago Pozinibbio. I don't want to see Donald Cerrone, a fan favorite, go in there versus a guy that's known for poking people in the eye. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to go in there probably and try and build his name off of Donald Cerrone. He's not really going in there and trying to have a fun fight like Yancy Medeiros. He's going to probably go in there and try and poke Donald Cerrone's eye, target his fucking liver. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Donald Cerrone versus a dirty fighter. You know what I'm saying? I know Donald Cerrone would take the fight, and I don't even know if Santiago Pozinibbio does it like as intentionally as a John Jones might. Because if you've watched that Hurt documentary, the Hurt Business documentary, John Jones was talking about how, yeah, I know eye pokes are illegal, and people know me for kind of the eye pokes, but hey, it works. Like, he kind of just was proud of his eye pokes, and that to me made him seem a little dirty. I don't know if Santiago Pozinibbio puts his eye pokes as part of his game plan. I just know when he fought Gunnar Nelson, right, I believe he poked him 4 times in the eye before he knocked him out. And then also versus Mike Perry, there was at least 1 or 2 eye pokes as well. So I mean, he might just be taking the John Jones strategy of, hey, it works. So if he's going to do it, I'm going to do it. He can become the best by poking you in the eye. I'm going to, you know, take a page out of his book. So if that's the case, I don't want to see Donald Cerrone getting his fucking eyes poked out when he's just coming to put on a fun fight for us. So with that being said, I hope that doesn't happen if the fight comes to fruition. But hey, maybe we'll just see Donald Cerrone going back down to lightweight and we'll see some fun scraps down there. But with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.